نسلم على الشيخ.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Khalid Cave, aka Mike Cave. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. I also want to give a special thank to all the candidates running for public office, being involved this year in a campaign. I realize how difficult it is and how much time and effort and sacrifices each person makes. So I want to thank each and every one of you. First of all the way in the back, am I too loud? Am I too soft? Is this good? Okay, all right. We are one community. We are one family. And as the Prophet taught us, when one part of your body feels pain, the entire body feels the pain. That's how we grew up. That's how we grew up believing. This year we lost some very close members of our community. So yes, we are in pain. But we also learned that you take what you've learned from them. You reach to those who are in need. You stand up for what's right. You never stay silent, because when you do, you are basically encouraging those who are willing to do harm. Not physically, sometimes mentally is worse. So with that said, please take us a moment to remember Abdel Karim Babek, Al-Haj Salim, Allah Ahmed Al-Sayyid, Allah Ali Namr Baydoun, and also all those victims in my native country of Yemen who are killed every single day. So please, a moment of silence. Thank you very much. And now, Yasmin, National Anthem.
And the
person never stopped. Sometimes you wonder, some of these people, where they get their energy. He started by volunteering for non-for-profit organizations, running a real estate business, and decided 4 years ago that it's time to do a Chamber of Commerce to promote local businesses, to have an impact in the economy, to have a connection where we promote not only Dearborn or Hamtramck or Detroit, not only the state of Michigan, not only the U.S., but to promote the U.S. as a whole. It's a global world. It's a village. So when you see a Yemeni from Dubai comes and invests and buy the Park Lane Towers in 1.2 million square foot, it wasn't by accident, my friend. It was because of the Arab American community in Michigan. That's what it's all about. And we all work together, we complement each other as a team. I would like to introduce to you Bender Bawazir.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. I want to start by quoting Andrew Carnegie, no person will make a great business doing it all themselves or getting all the credit. Today we are invited here to celebrate our annual dinner. This evening I want to thank all of our honored guests for attending the year's event and recognizing the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce. But what is the Yemeni Chamber of Commerce? What is our mission, our goal? Was first formed in 2013 to help advocate for all our growing Yemeni businesses, communities all over the country. We begin in this great state of Michigan, and we as a community have growing to over 10,000 businesses ranging from California to New York, Louisiana, Tennessee, North Carolina, Indiana, Virginia, and Ohio. Thank you to the influx to the Yemeni migrant in the recent years. We continue to further our memberships. Influences. Generally, our programs offer support for our business owners through workshops or training programs or through financing with third-party loan programs. We also offer discount insurance rates, accounting and CPA needs, legal support, and even guidance through the difficulties of running a business. We specialize in funding your business in your area of expertise. We help to put together profile for building and managing the business. Great things in business we are never done by a single person. They are done by a team of people. Count on us by your team. If you haven't signed up with the Yemeni Chamber of Commerce, please take a time to look us up online, www.yacchamber.org, or by calling 877-293-9222, or by talk to one of our chamber members or ambassadors. Thank you. Please enjoy the evening.
Please enjoy the slides.
effort, so I'm going to focus on our local community. You know, when someone goes into what is supposed to be fact-finding, but they've already determined the outcome, then that fact-finding process is flawed. And, you know, for us, we've lived for 80 years with Muslims as an active part of our community. We have direct experience. Many of our young people are fourth and fifth generation in America. Therefore, we have a pretty good perspective on what it is that Islam represents because we see it through the actions and behaviors of our neighbors. And the thing it represents is they want to be fully American, they believe in America, they want to be part of our community. And I think that that's something that's been misrepresented and misunderstood all throughout the country by certain groups. Well, what...
So this is just a teaser as far as the salad and hummus. Okay. So we have 6 recipients. You're gonna find there's a link here from young people to people who've been here for a long time. You're gonna see people in economics, people in education, people in government. The first recipient. First of all, I'd like the board members for the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce to come up here. Please come on up. Adil. Yemeni Council, Yemen Mukhtar, please come on up. You'll go back to the salad later. The first recipient is Sheikh Abdul Wahid Al-Jahmi, one of our co-founders. Please come on up. first recipient is Captain Jamila Bahrain. What's so special about this young man? Imagine being a police officer in New York after September 11 and being able to continue to promote himself based on his work, based on the result. Among many distinguished honors and awards, he had received Outstanding Services Certificate, NYPD Educational Achievement Citation for Master's Degree, Police Officer of the Year, American Muslim Law Enforcement Officers Association. Please come on up.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, I'd like to thank the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce for honoring me today. It's a really great honor to be in the great state of Michigan. And before I start, I'd like to hold just a brief moment of silence for the victims of the terrorist attacks in New York City. Thank you. I just want to also reiterate, and I know we hear this a lot, and terrorism has no place in Islam, and we all know that. And a lot of times, and I'm just, as a community, I think we need to hear it from our own as well. And we always hear about the term Islamic terrorism. That's a false term, because terrorism is un-Islamic. And Islam teaches us, and I ask a lot of people, a lot of times when there's a terrorist incident or there's a violent crime, unfortunately I get the phone call as being a Muslim captain. Hey Jamil, is it a Muslim? This is from my own community. You know, and it saddens me because at one time Muslims were known to be the greatest doctors, the greatest inventors. And now, every time there's a terrorist incident, we're questioning, is it a Muslim? But my question to you, and for everyone that gives me that phone call, Jamil, is he a Muslim? You know what I tell them? I ask them, who is a Muslim? Is anyone that says Allahu Akbar is a Muslim? What is a Muslim? The Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, said, Al-Muslimu man sallama an-nasu min lisanihi wa yadihi. A Muslim is one whose tongue and hands are at peace with all people. That is a Muslim. And our Prophet, according to the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. O Prophet Muhammad, you were not sent only as a mercy to the universe. A lot of people translate it to mankind. No, the Prophet was a mercy to the universe. The Prophet was merciful to the tree. The Prophet was merciful to a cat. The Prophet was merciful to a Jew when he was sitting with his companions and there was a funeral procession passed by and the Prophet was sitting down. The Prophet stood up. The Sahaba were wondered. They said, "O Prophet of Allah, he is a Jew. What do you stand up for a Jew?" What did the Prophet do? He was angered. He said, "Is he not a human soul? Is he not a human soul?" This is our beloved Prophet. Anyone that tries to hijack our faith, we must all stand up. You can't wait for a Captain Al-Tahiri to stand up for your faith. You have to stand up for your faith. Every one of you. And now you not only have to stand up for your faith, you have to stand up for those that try to demonize your faith. Islam did not come to dominate Christianity or Judaism. Islam is the continued message of Jesus Christ. The continued messages of Moses, of our beloved Prophet Abraham. This is Islam. Islam came as a mercy, to give mercy to people. This is the deen. This is our religion. So it's our obligation. I don't care if you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a Muslim. You have an obligation to teach everyone that this is the core, the foundation of Islam. Is salam, which is peace. You submit to your will to God peacefully. And I just want to end it with one verse from the Bible in Matthew, where God says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." And Allah says in the Quran, "Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha, وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير." O mankind, we have created you from a single male and female and made you into nations and tribes for one purpose only, so that you may get to know one another. And that the best of you in the sight of your Lord is not the one who has the most money in his pocket. No. It's the most righteous. And that God is all-knowing, all-aware. Thank you. May God bless all of you, and God bless America.
Did we make a good choice or what? Okay. The second recipient is a handcrafted board member, but he's also a businessman. You ever been to Royal Quebec and Taylor? Or in Hamtramck? I should know all these things because I go and eat all the time. But medical kebab. Murtada, are you here? Come on up.
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I want to say, to thank the YACC for presenting me this award. I'm very humble and truly appreciate the support by my family and friends. I would like to dedicate this award to everyone who helped me through all my life. Well, we live in this world. No matter what we do, we have to show a definite stereotype. If you have a dream, keep chasing your dream. No matter what struggle you have. I worked hard with my family. I achieved. We have a good company that we started together. So we achieved our goal, we achieved our dreams, and we're gonna keep achieving our dreams and goals. Live life the way you want. Don't live life full of regrets. Just remember, you and only you can start your achieve goals and the dreams. Thank you very much.
All right. Now I have an honor. My name is Ibrahim Al-Jahim, an activist and an organizer. I have the easiest job of the day to talk about a friend, a mentor, a public servant. 43 years serving the citizens of Wayne County, one of the most honorable and diverse administration. His executive staff is well represented, with one of his chiefs who is Arab and Muslim American. Please help me welcome to the podium the Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon.
Well, good evening. Good evening. I tell you, I am deeply, deeply humbled at the recognition that I'm receiving, and I would like to thank the chairman and the board and all the members of the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce, to family and friends. I tell you, I really don't know how to receive this award, because if I had 1,000 tongues, I couldn't tell you how thankful I am for the way that you have been supportive of me throughout my entire career. I really, really cannot ever express to you how kind and generous and caring during all facets of my career that this community has been to me. I am no stranger, as you know, and have not been for my entire career. But I don't do it alone. I do it with the help of the men and women of when I was in Detroit, the Detroit Police Department, and now the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. And I am very honored to have my Chief of Operations, Mahajay, for stand up, Mike. Who I've known since he was a young police officer, and he has been, and I'm not ashamed of it. I will say to the world, when I promoted him, everybody's talking about, yeah, that's just his friend and his butt. That is my friend. He is my brother. I love him and I love him. But you ain't the police. You go through the academy. Come on, you can come over here. I love you. Next month. So again, after that very eloquent speech, I feel so inadequate. That was one of the most beautiful public speeches that I have seen, young captain. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I just say thank you, and I love you, and I appreciate you. I'm very humbled at this time. I saw you, my brother.
Okay. The next one is really hard for me because it's hard when it's a family member. And in 1974, prior to that, my father came in 1950. One of his family members came here in 1940. He came to this country and he was 14 years old. Could never have imagined that this guy not only went to Wayne State, first of all, product of Dearborn Public Schools. So thank you. For all the educators out there, thank you. He's not a typical person. He didn't just want to be a pharmacist. He said, no, I'm not going to work for someone. I'm going to have people working for me. Today, 25 pharmacists. He's got a biomedical company talking about vision. 500,000 square foot of real estate investment, employing 100 employees, not any employees. He looked for those who were left behind. He looked at those who no one gave an opportunity or a chance. And he lifts them up with him. He doesn't just want to go up by himself. It's lonely up there. He's lifting the entire community with him. That's what we're all about. And I didn't just know him, or my father knew his father. His father, auto worker, Ford Motor Company, from the South End. South End, Ford Motor Company. Economic development. The right leadership. It takes a lot of different factors to work together and to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Just think about that. But it's generations. From the same area of Yemen, my great-great-great-grandparents knew his great-great-great-grandparents. And today, like any other people coming to the U.S., looking for the same thing. Give me a chance. I'm willing to take the risk. I'm willing to do the hard work. He wouldn't let me say a whole lot. Boy, do I want to say so much. But he said, no, that's enough. Please, Muhammad Suhuba, come on up.
Thanks, Khalid, for the great intro. I usually prepare a statement and I go out. That's just my style. So, but I'll use them a little bit. You know, it's really an honor to be recognized by the Chamber of Commerce. As Khalid said, as a 14-year-old coming from Yemen, I'm blessed to have been able to come to America. That's the first step that I think most people dream of. To come to a great land where everything is fair, everything is level. And for that, of course, I want to thank first my father, Abdul Soba. Would you please stand? And I'm a person, of course, that totally believes in obedience to your parents. So if you have parents out there, please give them a hug and a kiss tonight. And if you have children, expect the same from them. Because without obedience to parents, without listening to their wisdom, most of us will make lots of mistakes. My mistakes have been reduced by the great wisdom of my father. He's my counselor, and he's a person I go to almost weekly on all my affairs. And as he always tells me, no one will ever love you like your father. So for that, I love you, Father. A few people I also want to recognize today. My Vice President of Real Estate, Mohammed Nasser, please stand up. He's another person that really have also helped me achieve many of my dreams. He's also come from Yemen with basic, or I would say, decent education. But coming here and working hard and being a very honest and outgoing person, he has been able to manage most of my real estate holdings with just one phone call a month. It's wonderful. Another person, Abdul Alabidi, my in-house accountant, keeps all my money together. Thank you, Abdul. So now we're here. You know, we're here as Yemeni Americans who have been able to go to school, achieve our dreams because our father sacrificed so much. And it is just a matter of time before generation over generation we just become like any other generations that have been here for years. But I think that I want to advise my fellow Americans and my fellow Arab Americans and my fellow Yemeni Americans that it's just not enough to reach success. It's not enough to be alone, to have millions, or to have several degrees or initials up to your name. That is good, handy. That comes very handy. But we must be active in our community. A lot of people are active, but I want them to be a little more diligent and respectful in their activities. I want us to be more humble. I want us to look for those who are outside our family, for those that might not have the opportunity, for those who might not have a mentor, for those that might not have a big brother or a father to lead them. That's the people I look for, because it's a great blessing to lead those. They always remember what you've done for them. In my company, I've had a few people who were orphans, and I'm telling you, the success they have reached is something that I take home every month with me, and I say to myself, God, I just wonder what he's going to do next. He's in med school, he's in podiatry school, he's in law school. Oh, that is such a great feeling. That gives me more pleasure than any bank statement I ever get at the end of the month. So for that, I want us to do more of that, because that is what our community is missing. We're missing people. We are missing the chance to lead others who need us. And it is not just enough to help your brother and your cousin and the guy you know very well from high school and the guy that lives next to you. It is important for us to reach those who don't have much to go on, either financially or they don't have somebody in the family they can depend on. And I am taking more of a lead, and I want more of us to take the initiative, because it is just one thing in our community is not doing. Maybe there are people who are doing it here and there, but it is the one thing that I want to take the initiative on, and I want more people to do. At the end, I want to thank everyone here at the chamber for their recognition and for the beautiful gathering. I want to thank everyone who attended, who is here today from all the walks of life, and for us to come together to network and to hear about each other, to get to know each other. It's a wonderful event that I would like to see everyone next year. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Giving you the word, it has to be somebody. It's the Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon.
You know, 1997, as a board member for the American Muslim Society in Dix, we owned a school in Lanio. Low-income families. People are trying to move because of the educational system in Detroit and the fact that not even 50% graduate, and those who graduate are struggling to make it in college. A woman showed up to our mosque. 8 or 9 board members, all male. This woman showed up with a plan. A plan that we're going to do a charter school. We didn't even know it was a charter school back then. Okay? Like, what do you mean? There's private school, there's public school. So she explained to us charter school. And that she's going to make a difference. She's looking for a community where she can make an impact. And she wanted our school. We let her be nice. She's inside the mosque. Go ahead and do your presentation. She left and we never thought a second of it. Okay. She wouldn't stop. She kept on calling us. I want to meet. What does this woman want? I want to show her school. Boy, did we make the right move. Thank God. We leased her that school. That school needed so much work. And we're like, I'm going to bring it up to code. Wow. I'm going to finance my own home and do all this. Okay. Where are you going to get the money from? Inshallah, God will provide, as long as I have the right motives. 20 years later, her graduates are in hospitals. I'm telling you this from my own personal experience. 2 nurse practitioners, my daughters, went to that school in Lanio. My oldest daughter with a master's degree in education, doing what this person wanted her to do, educate. Change the mind. Don't ever give up. Don't ever be satisfied. And today, she took a school within walking distance from that school. An old public school. Nobody's using. Vacant. You'd be scared to walk by there. She demolished it and built a brand new school. Right in the neighborhood. She saw there was a demand in Dearborn Heights, build another school with a high school field. I mean, a high school. And I'm looking 20 years ago, this woman came and said she's going to finance her house. Like, we're looking at it, she's losing her mind. Boy, we were losing our minds. You know what? I am so proud to introduce my sister Hajja Nawal. Please welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm very humbled by this introduction for Brother Dr. Khalid Kate. If anyone deserves an award in this hall, it's really him. He's the one who has been behind my success. And I need everyone here to know this. He made a decision, and him and the board made a good decision for the community, and I was committed to really serve the kids. That was my goal, and that continues my goal. Never had I ever thought of money like some people may think, okay? But God is the witness. I'm very, very humbled and very honored to receive this award, even though I feel, it wasn't really me who accomplished all this, it was the idea. A lot of dedicated hard work, true, but it takes a village to raise a child, it's true. It takes a lot of people behind the success. And you were the #1 person, really. And we went through a lot of hardship, a lot of accusations, things that are unfounded, whatever. But you know what? We stood up tall and we, stood up fast. And we knew we had integrity, we had all it takes to really challenge the, whoever challenged us, and there we go. The results speak the truth. That's the bottom line. We have a lot of parents in here who have experienced having their children at our schools, and they know the bottom line. They know us. I do want to say, I know that, there are two things I wanted to mention. I believe I'm the last recipient, right? One more. Good. I was going to say the pros are, first of all the honorable awardees here, I feel very honored to be amongst all of them, and thank you so much. And the words of wisdom that you shed here, in technology they said copy and paste. To me it's easier, because I know everybody's hungry, so I would copy and paste because your words of wisdom are amazing. I do want to reference that, the respect that is so important to the parents is really, many times we find is missing. It needs to come back. We need to go back to basics, All of us know it is so difficult to raise children nowadays. Our children have changed. So very important to continue to reinforce the respect of the elderly, respect of the teachers, the respect of the administrators. This is how you're going to get your kids back to respect you, back to respect everybody around them, and to refocus on what's really most important to them, and to start listening to what's right for them. So that respect needs to get back to, to its, roots. And then also I want to share that, having a thought in itself alone is not enough. You need the support of everybody else. I've been very, very fortunate to have great people in my life who supported me along the way. I start, first of all, with my parents who are no longer with us. But I learned the wisdom from them, and I will carry it on the rest of my life. Without them, I couldn't really do what I do. They raised me to be a strong person and to persist regardless of what difficulties I face, and that helped me. I do want to thank my husband, Haj Ali. He had to put up with a lot because I was absent from home so many times, and I owe him a lot, and he's been very patient, very supportive in that sense. I also owe the support, from my family, my boys. I would say they're young adults, professionals, and I have 4 of them, and they're all made me grandmother, so that's great. But they stood behind me and they helped me. Really, in the field, they helped me regardless of their professions, and that really made me go through it much easier than I would have had it. And more importantly, I have to say, all my staff who have always been behind me. I want to kind of recognize Mrs. Angel. She's the school principal for Universal Academy. She's doing an amazing job. All the board members, all the leaders and so forth. I also want to recognize Ambassador Dr. Ali Ajami for being so supportive. And Mr. Alami, his board member as well, thank you. And I do want to recognize very key parents and grandparents who have always been there. They're in and out all the time at the school for many years. And they're always they will do whatever it takes, whether it's taking care of the traffic, go working with families, knocking at doors, speaking to, the imam or whatever it takes to see that they are a part of the school and helping the school in, the issues that they're facing. If I may be honored to have the recognition and, standing up Mr. Ali Nasser and also Mr. Adel Nasser. You have been so inspiring to me, and without you I couldn't have done the job as well, so you're amazing. And if I may say this award, while I heard that it is given to Yemeni, I have news for you. In researching my roots, I do have Yemeni roots, so that, we're all, seriously, this is true, but I know we were all born from one mother, one father, so in that sense, we are all one family regardless, and the differences are good because it helps us, become better. And we're a very diverse community, and I respect the diversity, and I value it deeply, and the differences are very good, are excellent actually to this country, excellent to every organization. Without diversity, I don't know how anyone can have fun. It's a beautiful thing to have. But without taking much time, I do want to thank the organization, the Yemeni Arab Chamber of Commerce for having me and for this recognition, and I truly appreciate you. And we're there all for one another, to support another, and hopefully I wish you a lot of prosperity and a lot of success, for the rest of whatever. Thank you again. Thank you for everyone who's here to listen. I appreciate it.
One more recipient and then we'll start dinner. How was that? Okay. I'm hungry, huh? I started by saying there's a common denominator here. Education, economics, community activity. And I'm blessed with a 5'2" height. I'm always struggling with the microphone. It takes a special person with a vision to combine all this. A leadership that will make sure there's cooperation and knows the moment of opportunity. I know this person. I don't need an outsider who just came here 5 years or less to tell me about this person or to tell my community about this person. Shame on them. Don't they know about us? Haven't they seen this? Know him as a council person. Know his father as a mayor. As a child going to South End with my dad, Mayor O'Reilly shows up his father. That's how I knew what a mayor does. Talking to us, the responsibility of a mayor. Then his son. As an attorney, he could have done so many things. But he knew, by the way he was raised, that I'm going to make a difference in people's lives. So I know Jack, as a council person, as a mayor, as a father of 6, I know how much he loved his kids. And the things he would say, don't call me anymore, I have to spend time with my kids. I love that, I learned that from him. I didn't used to do that. And you know, I get so disgusted with these elections. Stay to the point. What are you going to do? Change. Change what? The other side, where have you been for 16 years? When an outsider came, claiming to be a Christian, to burn our holy book, where were you? We elected you not to talk about parking only, and when they're going to pick the garbage. We elected you for the right moment, to sacrifice yourself for us, because you believe in the community. And when I say community, I mean Dearborn. There's no South End or East or West. That is nonsense. Now you're coming from the outside and you're trying to divide us based on ethnicity, based on religion, based on sect. You have no clue what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a community that started with a struggle. Auto workers, working 15 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours a day. You're working with a community that has lifted itself through all the challenges, all the obstacles. Where were you when President Trump said, Muslim ban? When Jack said, that's not American, that's not me. Why did you turn your back on us? Now you're coming because in the last 2 weeks you're coming to visit our bakeries? What an insult! I don't want you to visit my bakery. I wanted you to be in front of Terry Jones saying, I grew up with these guys. I went to school with these guys. They're not terrorists. They're not criminals. They're my friends. We were expecting you to do that. We were expecting you even, you know you were running for a mayor a year or 2 years ago. Last year or this year when Trump said, Muslim ban. Come on, at least show some guts, so you really represent everyone. Don't be afraid of those who think like Trump. No, we wanted you to say, that is un-American. You didn't say that. You wouldn't even show up to an Arab American radio show. And you want me to vote for you? There's nobody. Keep this in mind, even for those people standing on the sideline. This is not the time to stand on the sideline. There's nobody in the city of Dearborn today that is more qualified, that can take us to the next level, whether it's Ford Motor Company or Mohammed Suhub or Khalid Cade, that wanted more Jack to be here for the next 4 years. Nobody can match that. And for the other side, there's a lot of bakeries to be checked on for the next 4 years, so you have a lot of catching up to do. I'd like to introduce our brother, our mayor, Jack O'Reilly. We back Jack. We back Jack. We back Jack. We back Jack.
Please, everyone sit down. I've been sitting out there, and as each person was brought up and we learned about them, I began to shrink and think, how could I avoid having to follow this? And I'm going to be very kind to you about eating dinner, because the truth is, I'm amazed. I mean, the people who are here on this platform have done amazing things. They've accomplished things that really take gut and confidence and ability, and they're doing it for other people. Everyone up here has been serving people and making their lives better. And so the only thing I can say is that my contribution can be that I try to make sure that we have a community where everyone who has those ideals, who have that passion, has an opportunity to fulfill it. So, you know, I want to be the person who says, you know, I'll sit down and we'll figure out how we can get you there. How can we make this happen? Explaining, you know, for example, you know, someone has an idea they want to make life better for children. And how do we, as a community, make that happen? So that's what I'm going to commit myself to. That's what I have. But I'm humbled because I mean, the people we've seen today and what they've done is amazing. And so if we can support them, if we can see the vision that they have, if we can look at their vision and say, this is so important, how can we come together as a community and make it happen? How can we make sure that no one's left behind? Imam Afif is here, and he's a great friend, but I go there and I see them on weekends teaching the children. You know, I mean, I see it all through our community where the children are going to school on a regular 5 days a week, and then they're going to school because people see how important it is that they know their culture, that they know what's going on, that they understand, just as our friend here understands, the true meaning of their religion. That is what makes things great. That's what makes communities great. So again, I just want to be the person who can be there to help facilitate, to help solve those small problems for people with big ambitions. Thank you.
And please, all the elected officials, come on up for a group picture.
Okay, everyone on this young man here. Mike, back there. Behind there. Good, thank you. All right, sorry. Thank you.
Finish speakers.
Everybody that I did.
Okay, everyone, please have a seat. Okay, please everyone have a seat so we can eat. First of all, I wanted to recognize, as I started by saying thank you to the elected officials, the people who are running for public office. From Gary Pierce's office, I would like to thank Kevin Hertz and John Conyer and Debbie Nichols' office. Also from Brenda Lawrence's office, Alana. Please guys, please have a seat so we can start. We got 15, 20 minutes and we're done. Okay, I'm giving you a motivation here, I'm giving you an incentive. If you have a seat, we start. Please. From the city of Dearborn Heights, David Abdullah, State Rep Mary Robinson, State Rep Abdullah Hamoud, Special Agent in Charge David Julius, and from the Yemeni community also, Bushra Alud. We want to thank Wayne County Sheriff for his support, Eric Sabri, Mayor of Westland, William Weil, Mayor of Dearborn Heights, Dan Politko, Mayor of Melvindale, Stacey Stritt, of course, our beloved Mayor of Hamtramck, Karen. Where is Karen? There she is. Chief Juan Haddad for all of his support. Ian Parato, Central City Council, good luck. Anam Mia, good luck, brother. Mohammed Al-Sumairi, good luck running for Hamtramck City Council. Let me continue here. Please have a seat so we can eat. And the judges, Judge Sam Salami, thank you very much. Mark Summer, Gene Hunt, Hussein Berry from the Dearborn School Board. Thank you, Hussein. Thank you for being here. Of course, Mike Serini. Fadl Al-Marsoumi, City of Hamtramck, and Andrea Karpensky for the City of Hamtramck City Council. And then from the Dearborn, of course, Dearborn Heights, Bill Bazzi, Jeff Malad, and Moby Dune. Good luck to all of you. Keep it clean. 3 more days. And from Highlands Park, Roger Panesky, is he still here? Thank you for coming. And also, I want to mention this gentleman. He ran for mayor, and even losing the primaries, he knew the right thing to do. And the right thing to do was what's good for the community. He endorsed Jack O'Reilly. That is a true person that hopefully he will continue to be here. Jim Pirelli, and of course our city council, Bob Ibrahim, thank you for coming and good luck. Oh, Susan Dabana and David Bezzi. Yes, I see you guys. You don't need any luck, but we're gonna vote for you no matter what. You're gonna be there as long as you want. We're gonna be watching you though. And the state senator, Stephen Vieira. So I think I'm done with thanking all the elected officials. If we miss anyone, please let us know. It's not intended. You know, we love all of you guys, and we thank you. And now, okay, I wanna, before you guys, a good friend of mine that I just met not too long ago, and I am so pleased that I met him, Brother Amr Zah.
Please.
I'll go ahead. No, it's okay. You guys can do it. All right, everybody, have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay, no, sorry. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum, masal khair. I'll wait. I need everybody's attention. Well, my name is Ahmed Zahad. I am a comedian and a professor. I live here in Dearborn. I want to say that I am very happy. Those in the back, sit down. Trayahu. What's up, Sheriff Napoleon? I'm not going to do anything to you today, I promise. He remembers. He's not even looking at me. That's why. How are you, sir? I know you remember. I know. That's why I'm not doing anything, because I don't want to go to jail. Yeah, I know. I see them too. Don't worry. I'm familiar with them. Well, we are here in Dearborn tonight. I just want to say that I am very happy to be here. This year has been a crazy year. And we are here in Dearborn, Michigan, America, in a room, in a diverse room, full of Arabs, Muslims, their friends. All the Arabs here, some of you are legal. And we are having a party, and we are celebrating our community and celebrating how involved we are in the political process. And this is Donald Trump's worst nightmare, and I love it. I want to thank Mike Kay for bringing up. For those of you who don't know, where is he? Where? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, that's Mike. That's not his name. His name is Khalid. But sometimes when we come to this country, we change our names. We think it's going to help. There's about 50 Mikes in here, 45 Mo's. I met a Farajallah named Fred. For those of you Arabs out there changing your name, stop. Stop doing it. Make them learn our names. If your name is Muhammad, be Muhammad. If your name is Ahmed, if your name is Jihad, be Joe. But if your name be proud of who. It's okay. Stop interrupting me. Be proud of who you. Because it's not going to help. I know all you Arabs out there are changing your names. You're being Mo or Mike. It's not going to help. One day when Trump comes to arrest all of us, it's not going to help if you say, "But my name is Mike." You're still going to Guantanamo Bay with the rest of us. But anything is possible in Dearborn. That's what we've learned. We have a mayor named John, but he goes by Jack. We have Khalid, goes by Mike. And anything is possible in Dearborn. Because Aswa al-Mustafa became Super Greenland Market. I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't know what dictionary that came out of. I love our culture, man. We have the best. I love every culture. I see this room tonight we have Arabs, we have black people, we have Latinos, we have some regular white people, and it is beautiful. But I love our culture, the Arab culture. Our Arab culture is beautiful, and we keep it alive here in Dearborn. I especially love our names. Our names are beautiful, especially Arabic girls' names. They're very beautiful for some reason, although for some reason all Arabic girls' names have something to do with like deer or the moon for no reason whatsoever. You can have like 3 Arab girls talking to their dad and say, "Baba, what does my name mean?" "Oh, Habibti, your name means deer. Your sister name, baby deer. Your other sister name, okay, you know when the deer is walking and it looks in the sky like that? That is your other sister's name." Or like something to do with the moon for no reason whatsoever. "Baba, what does my name mean?" "Oh, your name, Habibti, whoa. Beautiful name. Beautiful name. You know when the moon touches the sky and the red line comes like this? That is your name." This is why, by the way, when Arab men come to America, they talk to white women and they're able to get them. Because they do this poetic stuff. I've tried it. It doesn't work on Arab girls. I've tried it. But it works out. That's why I've seen the shortest, fattest, baldest Arab walk up to the hottest girl in the bar and he doesn't care. Just walk right up to her. "Hey, you, come here. You are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life, ever, forever. Okay, you are like the sun, and the other deer are just the stars. When you walk, it is like a deer walking. Your eyes are like the eyes of a cow, which in our culture. What is your name? Jessica? Wow! Jessica, beautiful name. You know what Jessica mean? You know when the moon touched the sky and the red line comes like this. And they're able to get a passport and they can stay. It's amazing. Now we all know, I'm only going to go a couple more minutes because we're here for some serious business too, but we all know that we Arabs, we Muslims, I am an Arab and an American and a Palestinian. My dad and mom are both Palestinian. My dad is Christian. My mom is Muslim, so I am an interfaith dinner. What happens after, in about 9 months after an interfaith dinner? I always tell people I'm Palestinian like Jesus. That's what I tell white people. Because Jesus was one of us, right, Arabs? He was one of us, right? Right? We should claim him more. Because white, so I think Trump thinks Jesus had blonde hair and blue eyes and he's from Texas. And that's not true. But we get misrepresented in the news. We watch the news all the time. Everybody knows Arabs, we watch the news all the time, right? It's like a social activity for us. We make popcorn, we call our friends over, and we watch the news. Because we're on it. It's our TV show. And I watch the news all the time, and here's the weird thing about the news. We make special appearances in the news. Especially in presidential elections. Last year we were in the presidential elections all year. 8 years ago, I remember when Barack Obama was running for president. I voted for Barack Obama twice because he's a Muslim. Anyway, so John McCain was running against Barack Obama, and he had a town hall meeting in Minnesota, and a woman walks up to the microphone and she says, "I can't trust Obama, he's an Arab." And McCain grabbed the microphone from her and said, "No, ma'am, he's a decent family man." So that's how they talk about us on the news. And they talk about us, they never talk to us. See, that's the problem with the news. They have all these experts on the news. And the weird thing is when there's a story about black people, the experts are black. When there's a story about Mexicans, the experts are Mexican. When there's a story about Arabs, for some reason, the experts are white. And they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So I was watching the news a few years ago. Remember a few years ago when those crazy guys went into Paris and they killed those people for drawing pictures of Muhammad? You remember? You remember? And I was watching the news that day. And they had pictures of these guys and they were going around on the streets and they were holding their guns and they were yelling out in Arabic, "La ilaha illallah, la ilaha," over and over again. And Wolf Blitzer was on CNN with him and 3 white guy experts. And one of them is named Bob. And Bob is an expert on Arabs. Why? Because Bob was in the CIA for 35 years, so he spied on us, basically. So he's an expert. And Bob said, well, we have to be very careful when they say, la 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 la. It's true. Because la 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 means I will die for Allah. Now, to all my white people in the audience, Mayor Riley, La ilaha illallah does not mean I will die for Allah, okay? It means there's no God but God. It's just a profession of faith. It's like saying, oh my God, okay? Arabs say it all the time. It doesn't have the word I, doesn't have the word will, I will die. No combination of these words exists. Arabs say it all the time, right? We say it all the time, right? Right? Like if you wake up one morning and the weather is beautiful, you might say, La ilaha. If you were driving and you almost got into a car accident, but then you escaped and you were safe, you might say, La ilaha. In fact, Mayor Riley, if you and I were at an Arab wedding and we saw 2 very beautiful Arab women walk by, we might say, La 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 la. Oh, Mary's here. Sorry, Mary. I won't take him anyways. Well, let me just finish by saying this. I am, like I said, American and Arab and Palestinian all at once, all the time. And I have now lived in Dearborn for a long time, and nothing makes me happy. I travel around the world. You know, I perform around the world, in the Middle East and all throughout America. But I sleep my nights here in Dearborn because nothing makes me prouder than living in a community, especially a community that is mostly populated with my Yemeni and Lebanese brothers and sisters who I know have Palestine in their heart all the time and have fought for Palestine for 70 years like all Christians. And as Arab Americans and as Muslim Americans, we are taught to fight for justice. Now, 32 years ago, a man running for mayor, a good man, named Mike Guido, he fell victim to some of the political temptations of the time. He was a good man, but he won mayor in some ways by putting out a flyer called "What are we going to do about the Arab problem?" But now, things have changed a little bit, haven't they? Now we are not the problem, we are the solution. But unfortunately today, some of those same temptations exist. And when it comes to our mayor's race, there's only one candidate left in this room who doesn't cater to those fears. There's another candidate who fans those fears. There's another candidate who entertains those fears. But there's a man with us tonight who we know rejects that hate, who stands up for us and our values, who believes in inclusion, who denounces Trump's Muslim ban, and who doesn't stay silent when hate invades Dearborn to burn the Quran in front of the largest mosque in North America. And the man who went down in the streets and spoke for us and made sure that we weren't maligned was Jack O'Reilly. And so next Tuesday is not just go out and vote because it's a good idea. It's a moral decision. It is something we as a community need to go out and do and make sure our voice is heard for now, for the next 32 years, for the next 100 years in Dearborn as we build and rebuild this city, that we are an integral part of this city and that we will be part of the political process all the time. Thank you very much. Enjoy dinner. Thanks to the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce. Good night.
Who's going to give me for the name? You can call me whatever you like. Just don't joke about me, please. Okay, enjoy dinner. We've got a couple more things that we wanted to do. County Air Survey, thank you for coming. County Treasurer, thank you. Judge Perkins, thank you for coming. We would like to acknowledge some people and give them some certificates for everything that they do or the office that they represent just for us. Anna Woolley, please come on up. Representative Congress, Brenda Laws. Kevin Hart, please come on up. Okay. Kevin is from Peter's office. Thank you, Kevin.
We have certificates. We have certificates from Senator Gary Peters' office and Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence. I would like to call up Sheriff Benny Napoleon. Lana, come on this side. Captain Yemeni Al-Tahari. Mayor Jack O'Reilly Jr. Again, we have certificates from Senator Gary Peters' office and Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence. Murtada Obaid. Dr. Muhammad Sahuba. Nawal Hamada. Also, a certificate from the Senator's office to the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce. I would like to present it to Dr. Khalid Kayed. Murtada Obaid. Oh, I think he left. Also from the Congresswoman's office, another certificate of special congressional recognition. And from Senator Gary Peters' office, Kevin would like to say a few words.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ben, Ibrahim, Doctor. Very much appreciated. You know what I noticed today was that this dinner is bigger than the one last year, and it was bigger than the year before. So I think everybody owes themselves a round of applause for showing up. This is growing. The strength of the community is growing. And you don't have to look even as far as all of the elected officials that are in the room tonight and their respect for the community, and they're taking their time out to come here and celebrate with you. You know, that shows the growth and the influence of this community, and I think that that's absolutely important. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the wonderful staff here tonight, and especially our dear friend Joe Bazzi. Thank you for hosting us this evening. Back there in the kitchen. One thing I wanted to say, and I think I can say this on behalf of Congresswoman Lawrence as well, is that, you know, it's hard to not acknowledge our shared, all of the challenges that we face in Yemen, and it's hard to not acknowledge our desire for a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Yemen. I think we can all agree on that, and we're all going to be working towards that end. And I wanted to say this, and say this directly. Anytime that this administration decides that they think it's a good idea to attack and divide our community, Senator Peters will be standing there with you every step of the way, opposing the president when he wants to harass this community and divide this community. It is unacceptable. We have to stand up every day. Every single person in this room, your voices need to be heard every day, all the time. So with that, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful dinner.
Representative the Congresswoman, by the way, it's a tradition that the Congresswoman was supposed to be here at 3 o'clock. Her flight would have arrived at 3 o'clock, but she had to stay for certain things to do in Washington. That's very, very important. That would affect us in the future. Here represented her. I would like to welcome Alana to the podium.
Thank you everyone for having me here tonight. The Congresswoman really wanted to be here. She planned on it, and unfortunately she got held up in DC. Otherwise, she would have loved to have been here tonight. We've been seeing a lot of troubling casework coming out from the community with constituents who have family members in Yemen, and I want to let you know that the Congresswoman stands with you, and her office is here to help you with your family members who are trying to get here. We want to see everyone reunited with their family. So please, if you need a card, come see me tonight and we can start a case for you. Again, thank you on behalf of Congresswoman Lawrence. It's a beautiful evening. Thank you for having me here with you.
We want to recognize the State Senator Ayan Conyers. Thank you for being here. And Kellyanne Ramsey, who is the Circuit Court Judge. Thank you. We planned on having a Yemeni guitar. So Ahmed, if you're up here, if you're here, you're more than welcome to come up while people are eating lunch. We want to entertain you a little bit. You are our guest in the airport late, so please, if you finish any plates, tell the hostess to give you more. We don't want you to leave and you're not completely full. Forget about the calories count tonight.